Pastor Josh here. We're reading Genesis chapter 50, verses 22 through 26. This is the final reading for the book of Genesis. Tomorrow, June 1st, 2024, we will begin reading through the book of Acts. I think I said Exodus, but we are beginning to read and study the book of Acts during our Sunday morning service. So the sermons we preach will be focused on the book of Acts for the next 6 months, and then our Sunday school classes will be focused on the book of Acts as well. Encourage you to come. June 2nd is Donut Sunday, so come, attend Sunday school. Perhaps if you've never been in a Sunday school, it'll be a good time to connect as we begin a new book and get a donut as well. More importantly, we're also having the Lord's Supper. We're observing communion at the end of our Sunday morning worship service, and then also we will have a church picnic in the afternoon. So I hope you can come out on June 2nd. If not, you're really going to miss out a whole lot. So let us end the reading of the book of Genesis. So Joseph remained in Egypt, he and his father's house. Joseph lived 110 years, long life. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. So he saw not only his grandchildren, but he saw his great-grandchildren. What a blessing that must have been to Joseph. The children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were counted as Joseph's own. Remember, both Ephraim and Manasseh were Joseph's two children, and then those two tribes actually become those two individuals, those two families, then become their own individual tribe to be a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. And Joseph said to his brothers, probably not his brothers, but probably the entire nation of Israel, the growing family, because several of his brothers probably would have passed on. Joseph is one of the younger of the brothers. He says, I'm about to die, but Joseph will visit you and bring you up out of this land to the land that he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. I have that as a promise to claim. God will visit you and bring you up. So in particular, the promise to the Israelites, to Jacob's family, is that God will bring them out of Egypt. They're not going to stay in Egypt forever. They have a promised land that God promised Abraham and all of his descendants. They're going to the land of Canaan. They're not staying in Egypt. That's a promise. Now, this promise is going to is going to be in danger because they will become slaves in Egypt, and then the boss, the Pharaoh, is not going to let them leave when Moses comes. But here's the promise. God is going to visit you and bring you up. The same thing applies to us as well. Not that we're slaves in Egypt, not that we're going to go live in the promised land, but that God is going to visit us. The promise that we have, as we're going to see in the book of Acts when we start, the promise that Jesus gives his disciples is that he is going to return. And so God is going to visit you. God is going to visit me. God is going to return, and he's going to bring us up, right? If you think about the whole doctrine of Jesus' second coming, there will be a resurrection of the dead, and those that have died will be raised and will meet him in the air. So indeed, this is a promise we need to claim. Our King is coming back. He's going to set up his throne. He is going to visit us. He is going to get us. That is a promise. And if we die before Jesus' second coming, where will we go when we die? You know the answer. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So our souls will depart from our bodies and go to be with the Lord. Either way, God will visit us and he will bring us up, and we will forever be in the presence of the Lord. What a great promise that is, and what great joy awaits us in the future. Verse 25, then Joseph made the sons of Israel swear, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from here. So Jacob, actually, when Jacob died, they go and they bury Jacob. With Joseph, they do not go and bury Joseph. Joseph says, leave my bones here, leave my body here in Egypt, and when you go out, you take my body with you, and then you bury me in the promised land. It's a way of him almost guaranteeing, hey guys, the Lord is coming back, and I'm going to go with you when God visits us and brings us out of this land of Egypt. God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from here. So Joseph died, being 110 years old. They embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. I pray that has been a blessing to you, this whole reading of the book of Genesis, and I'll see you in the next video where we begin reading the book of Acts. May God bless you.